Hey everyone, it's Melissa here with Communicate with Angels. Hi, it's Angels August, and so I'm here every day live in August for the rest of the month. And I just want to remind you today of the free masterclass that I'll be doing tonight. It's called How to Connect with Your Angels or Spirit Guides. It's starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That's just under 4 hours from now. Convert to your time zone. Even if you can't make it, if that's the middle of the night for you, go ahead and sign up anyway because you'll get the replay tomorrow morning. It's communicatewithangels.com/masterclass. I just did one this afternoon. It was amazing. Everybody was sharing with each other in the chat, connecting, sharing their experiences, and having that sense of community with other spiritual people is really powerful and helpful in and of itself. So I hope that you can make it live. There'll be some special bonuses there only for those that make it live. And yeah, now's the time to learn to connect with your angels because there'll be some very special things I'll be doing in September with my angel communicator students. That is the last time that I'll be offering this for the rest of the year. So if you've had a feeling that this is something you want to do, don't put it off any longer because, oh my goodness, it will change your life for the better. So communicatewithangels.com/masterclass. I'll go ahead and post that in the chat. If anybody has any questions for me today, please put the comment in there too. But I just wanted to hop on just for a brief one today to really remind you that this live class is happening. I can't wait to see everybody there joining from all over the globe. If you have any questions for me right now, please, say hi. Let me know where you are in the world and what are your questions about connecting with your angels, or what has your experience been? If you have been feeling any self-doubt, needing some direction, needing some clarity, indecisive, those are the things that happen when we start to get disconnected from our purpose, from our guides. And with some tools, you can get yourself back on the right track. You can align with what you're here to do this lifetime with the help of your angels. It sounds magical, but it's really true. And the key is to learn the methods of connecting and communicating that nobody probably taught you before. So on the free class this evening, you're going to learn how to raise your vibration so you're more relaxed and connected. And you're also going to hear a message from your angels. And I'm going to share with you the 3 essential keys to having a successful communication with your angels that most people just aren't aware of. And that's why I'm so passionate about this and why I created my course, so that as many people as possible can learn these essential tools. I don't want it to be the best kept secret anymore. Yeah. Cheyenne, hey, she said, I need this. It just popped up on my feed. Wonderful. Amanda is here from South Africa, and Cheyenne is here from Ireland. See, I love this, like connecting with people all over the world. So I did do one of these masterclasses just this afternoon. I just got finished. And one of the things I was sharing is that I created this online course in 2015 when my son was not even 2 years old, because at that time I was more housebound, right? I wasn't able to travel as much with an infant. But the 10 years previous to that, I really traveled the world doing in-person workshops. I went back to my home country of New Zealand. I traveled to the UK, Ireland, Scotland, across the US, Canada. Like, I did a lot of traveling, and I was doing classes on how to connect with your angels. And it just got to this point in my evolution and my purpose, that I'm sharing with the world, as I realized, okay, I love to travel and workshops are great, but there's just no way that I can reach everybody with that, right? Some people can't show up that day, or, they just don't live somewhere that I would travel to. And so this has been a passion to, share online. And of course, obviously, with what happened with COVID restrictions for the last 2 years, it became even more, I realized it at an even deeper level how much it's needed. So, yeah, so hop yourself on that masterclass, everybody. so that you can benefit from learning these tools. So George says, appreciate your vid so much. You are a loving light for us all. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for that gratitude. Yeah, so I as a teenager, when I grew up, I lived in Christchurch, New Zealand. Any Kiwis here? I was involved with groups that would meet in the community, court classes, and over time, I developed my spiritual gifts. And the method, the approach, the tools that I learned through the Way Showers College helped me so much. And yet it seemed like, wow, not enough people know this. And I want to get it out more. Like, that's what I'm here to do this lifetime. I want to share this with a big audience. Not that that's an ego thing or anything. I just know I'm actually kind of an introverted person, but I know how much impact it can have on your life. And so that's my driving force. My why is for you to at least know that these tools are available to you and to be able to, take that step to invest in yourself. So Cheyenne says, I used to speak to my guides and angels a lot as a teenager. I'm now 25, but got scared as an adult when my deceased uncle visited during the night. And I now struggle to talk to my guides. Any tips? Yeah, that's a really great question, Cheyenne. Thank you so much. So the first thing I would suggest there is that what am I trying to say? The experience that you had where you got scared, I would see if you can regroup that experience and see it from a different light and a different perspective and give yourself some healing on that. Because you are energy, you are spirit, and it's actually very natural for you to see spirit, hear spirit, communicate with spirit. But the way that most of us are raised is if it's very religious, right? You're told that's wrong and scary and bad and evil. If it's not so religious, it might be, well, that's weird, that's silly, you can't do that. Or it might just be just not even acknowledging it at all. For whatever version of that it is for you and anybody else listening, right? The upshot is most of us have shut it down. And if you don't understand something as a young person, fear might come up. If you've been taught that it's something to be scared of, you better bet fear will come up. So I want you to start to see that experience from a different perspective, that it actually was a positive thing. There's nothing to be scared of. It's just the fact that you're very psychic, you're very aware that you perceived your uncle visiting you. And he was probably just, what happens soon after some people pass on is that they'll kind of regroup some of their experiences and the relationships that they had. So they'll kind of go and visit certain people. Some souls, when they pass on, just move right out. They go home straight away. But I've had an experience with a few friends and family members where they'll do this thing of kind of regrouping and just connecting with people. I know my father did when he died. He lived in New Zealand, I lived in the US, and I felt him come visit me in my home in the United States. He'd never actually had a chance to do that when he was alive, and he regretted not coming to visit me. So that was some unfinished business for him to wrap up, to do that connection with me. And I know that some of my other family members shared with me later that they felt him come and visit them as well. So to me, that feels like what your uncle was doing. He was connecting, he was regrouping, he was just kind of acknowledging and saying, hey, I love you. He may have had another message, I don't know, but there was something he was just wrapping up the contract, right? So if you can actually feel good about that it's a positive experience, then you need to release that fear that came up, because you're holding on to some fear that's restricting your connection with your angels. It's really the same type of communication that you would have with a loved one, because we're just communicating spiritually. It is a very different kind of relationship, but that's kind of another question to answer. But yeah, It's just being comfortable with how psychic you are, with how spiritually connected you are. When you get to that place, connecting with your angels won't be a problem either. So what'd she say here? He came to alert my dad of a bad energy, and I happened to wake up to him in the house. He wasn't shy making noise either. I never actually met him. Yeah, so maybe that was the case, right? That he was actually coming to visit your dad and you just happened to be there. As a younger person, you tend to be more psychic than the older people. Generally, right? That's a generalization. Especially very small children. It sounds like you were a little bit older than being really small at that time, but still, for whatever reason, you were just more sensitive to it than your dad was. And but cool, how cool that you had that experience. It's amazing. So yeah, hope that helps, Cheyenne. If anybody else has any questions today, I see a few more people have hopped on. Hi. Let me know. I'm just here real quick today to remind you that in a few hours, I'll be doing another live masterclass on how to connect with your angels or spirit guides. I'd love to have you there. We're going to learn the key tools to start connecting more directly with your angels and knowing that it's nothing to be afraid of. I would love this to be like pass the salt, like no big deals. Of course, we're connecting with our angels every day, right? I'm not making light of it, but it really is. You are capable of having this just be such a normal, natural part of your life that you can connect anytime, just like you do with a friend or, but it's funny. I was sharing on the webinar this afternoon. It's like, sometimes I might feel like I want to connect with a friend. I might feel a little lonely. And if they don't answer the phone, it's like, oh, but my angels never don't answer the phone. They're always there. So you always have these friends with you when you need them, And so what a blessing to have that support, that backing, that clarity, and to feel it close to you rather than like, is it really there? Can I trust it? Am I making it up? Am I weird? Right? There's so much misinformation out there and messages that we get around this. And you can do it. You are psychic. You are powerful. And I think a lot of it also is about, healing any part of yourself that feels not good enough or incapable or, right? That's part of this process too. But even if you don't feel perfect right now and, you're struggling maybe with some things in your life, that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you can't connect with guidance. They're always there for you. But we just don't learn the tools. So that's what this is all about, guys. All right. So if there's any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap up for today. But again, go to communicatewithangels.com/masterclass to sign up. Can't wait to see you there. Please invite your friends, family, loved ones. Get them all there because we all need this little bit of healing in our life. And even just showing up live will help you to feel better. So that's what it's all about. Mwah. Have a beautiful day. Can't wait to see you in a few hours on the webinar. Bye.